Hello and welcome to another Movie Reviews by Benjamin. Today I will be reviewing two different movies. We're actually going to start with The Purge. The Purge is starring Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey from Game of Thrones fame. And it's set in the not too far-flung future. You're looking at the year 2022. And by then, apparently, everything is completely different with the way the government is run. There are the new founding fathers, and what they do is they allow 12 hours a year for one night. They allow all crime to be legal, and all police, emergency, personnel, everybody's suspended, and you can do whatever you want during that time to kind of cleanse your soul. That has gotten crime in the U.S. down to 1%. So we're looking at that now, and this kind of follows the family of Ethan Hawke, who sells security systems for whenever the Purge goes to start. He sells security systems he's in a very well-to-do neighborhood, him and his family, and they have sold these security systems to all the families in the neighborhood, and they've made, quite a bit of money over the year. I guess the neighbors kind of feel as though they've kind of thrown that in their face, that they have more money than them, so they're kind of a little bit not so nice to that family, but they all kind of fake a smile, and so the story kind of goes from there. We catch them about 2 hours before the annual Purge starts. So this movie, it was good. It had a really good, sort of original storyline. I guess it was based off a book. I actually didn't get to read the book, but I was told that the book has a lot more in-depth, and that's what I wanted from this movie. This movie is extremely short, which usually you won't catch me complaining about a movie being too short, but this movie is only like an hour and 25 minutes long, and there's so many questions that you have. This is only 9 years in the future from where we are right now, so how did we get this way? They kind of just said that these new founding fathers came into effect and put the Purge there so we can cleanse our souls each year, and the crime has gone down, and that's about all the answers we get. Well, who are the new founding fathers? How did they come up with the Purge? I don't know. It seems kind of strange. Like I said, there's so many questions to ask about this movie, and I don't know if they're thinking about making a sequel that could possibly be a prequel or something like that. But it's a shame to just see a movie that could be has so much potential, but then there's no questions being answered. So you're still kind of like, what's going on here? So there are some good elements of the movie, some parts that really kind of keep you on the edge of your seat while they. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but what happens is their security system shut down. They're locked in for the night. They're good to go, and then they see one of the kids of the family sees a guy running down the street, so he lets him in. Well, I guess that guy was like a homeless guy who was the target of this gang of people who are trying to kill him. That's like their target for the Purge this year, and so they want to get inside the house to be able to kill that guy. And they say that, if you don't let him out, give him to us, we're going to come in there and get him. Well, they end up disabling the security system and get inside the house, which nobody thought was possible. So it kind of goes from there, and of course no spoilers, but some of the family members, I won't say who, they actually do get killed, so it's kind of a little bit, it's not necessarily an all happy ending. There are some parts in the movie that really made me scratch my head, and like I said, I can't talk about spoilers on here, so maybe I'll do a spoiler review of it also. But it's just so strange, some of the decisions that people make in this movie. You really kind of question what some of the actors and some of the writers, I guess, were thinking whenever they wrote this movie. But all in all, I mean, it's a decent experience. I wouldn't say that you have to go out and see it right now. I definitely say it's worth a watch. But this movie, you've got the director who this is only his second film. He did one back in 2009, I believe it was. So he's still kind of a rookie director. It's got a lot of the shaky cam action going on. For those of you who don't like that, just be prepared for that. Michael Bay actually was one of the top producers on the film. Don't let that throw you off. It's not anything kind of big budget, sort of crazy, but it does have its little bit of an action theme to it every once in a while. But this is definitely more of a suspense movie. There's a lot of hiding and waiting for people to come around the corner, but it definitely does have its action scenes that pay off. So all in all, just kind of a middle of the way film. If you don't catch it in the theater, don't be too upset. It's not going to be a big deal. So definitely try and check it out when you can. Like I said, no rush on it. I don't think it's playing in 3D, so you wouldn't have to worry about having to decide 2D, 3D on that. The soundtrack and score on this one, just decent. Basically, just your horror movie. A lot of silence, and then just big loud music, or just playing that eerie slow music. So yeah, I mean it's put together well. It's just I'd like to see some stuff from this director in the future, maybe when he's got a little bit better handle on things. But as of right now, I'm gonna have to give The Purge 6 out of 10. Just like I said, maybe wait for this one to come out on Redbox or DVD, rent it. But this one is not one you have to see in the theater. It's not necessarily something you want to see on the big screen. It has a little bit of that edginess to it, but all in all, it's not the best movie I've seen so far this summer. So next review I will be doing will be World War Z, and that will be coming up here in just a few minutes. So until then, I will see you at the movies.